So this is a briefing on the preliminary findings by the Revenue Administration Task Force. As you're aware, on 12th of September this month, I announced the setting up of a task force on revenue administration to help us find ways of streamlining our revenue administration and mapping, and also enable us to identify the challenges affecting optimal revenue mobilization in our county. On this day, I also declared a 15-day tax holiday to give the task force an opportunity to carry out its preliminary work. It is gratifying to note that the task force embarked on the task with vigor, and within the first 15 days, it has produced a preliminary report. It should be noted that since the enactment of the Kenya Constitution 2010, some functions such as provision of healthcare, primary or early childhood education, and maintenance of local roads, which were previously national government functions, were shifted to devolved units. In turn, these governments receive a share of national revenue, which, coupled with on-source revenue and other revenue sources for that matter, was intended to enable them to cater for their recurrent and development expenditure. Cognizant of the challenges faced in raising resources at county level, streamlining revenue mapping, management and collection was one of the first 100 days in office tasks that I promised to execute. It is against this backdrop that the task force on revenue was established to devise means of reversing this sorry trend. According to the preliminary report handed over to me, the main challenge bedeviling Homa Bay County revenue, or the revenue sector in Homa Bay, and resulting in revenue leakage, is occasioned by 1. Written and verbal MOUs, pre-election informal declarations, lack of a mechanism to collect revenue from the national government agencies, low integrity among a section of staff, poor debt collection, a weak audit program, ineffective revenue administration structure, non-collection of revenue from the extractive sector. We have a static property valuation role, vulnerable cash-based system, manipulation of the electronic system, and lack of corresponding bylaws to the Finance Act to buttress enforcement and interference with the revenue collection system by influential people within and without the county government. In addition, poor service delivery by the county government also depressed the morale for voluntary compliance. The foregoing substantially explain why Homa Bay County was ranked by the Commission on Revenue Allocation among the counties collecting less than 20% of estimated revenue potential with respect to on-source revenue. Actually, you were ranked last as far as collection of on-source revenue is concerned, because we are collecting minus 34% of what was collected by the councils before devolution, while other counties have doubled and tripled the amounts that were being collected before devolution. Homa Bay County's GDP reportedly constitutes 1.4% of the national GDP. This translates to a conservative gross county product of 170 billion shillings. The on-source revenue potential projected by CRA is estimated at 1 billion at the very least, against an average collection of 136 million, leading to a negative variance of over 800 million. This means 87% of revenue collected remains unaccounted for. I wish to reiterate that my administration will put in place immediate remedial measures to reverse this trend once the final report is released. This will include, among others, restructuring the revenue collection establishment, enhancing revenue collection oversight, putting in place integrity assurance programs, providing support to compliant revenue contributors, and taking deterrent legal and administrative measures against both internal and external offenders. More details will be availed once the task force has completed its report. Once we get the final report, we will share with the relevant agencies for relevant actions to be taken where necessary. As we await the final report to be handed over in a few days to me, let me announce the following decisions. 1, that the tax holiday is extended by another 7 days. The date of resumption of revenue collection is 5th October 2022. That we are working on a back-to-work plan for revenue officers who have been on leave and a reorganized revenue mobilization structure that will also be communicated accordingly. That we are intending to implement a cashless plan aimed at eradicating pilferage and theft of revenue collected by the time that we resume revenue collection on 5th of October. So let me just state that the committee that we set up, the task force, has done a great job so far. They have given us insights as to where the problems could be. We also thank many staff who have come forward and volunteered a lot of very useful information to the task force and ourselves to help us in moving forward. In another 7 days, we want to ask our people to please come forth and start the work of nation building or county building by collection of revenue. Adwana wach kama. Kakung'eyo, tarik 12 dweni ne waketo task force mondo ng'i weche mag choko osuru. Kendo chakre chieng'no nwawacho ni wachiwo ndalo 15 mar mondo mi task force ong'i wechegi. Nwawacho ni mondo wabed gi gima iluongo ni tax holiday kata onge osuru manichulo kuom ndalo 15. Task force osetimo tich maber. Gisekelonwa report manyiso kuonde manyocha report matin manyiso kuonde ma nyocha weche dhie marach. Kendo weche gite giwacho ni ok wachok, giwacho weche mang'eny mane kelonwa chandruok. Sani gine muda mogik mar keto report gi mogik. Mane momiyo wacho ni wachak wamedo ndalo mar mondo wachak chulo osuru kuom ndalo 7 mabiro. Wabro chako dok e chulo osuru tarik 5 dwe mar 10. Koro ji tema nyocha ni holiday nya wuotho koni. Mine ne wacho ni nyaka nyegi we chulo osuru koro giseng'iewo besen. Koro wacho ni ging'eng'ia besendego jumani. To juma manyien tarik 5 dwe mar 10 wante wadok e choko osuru. To sama wadok e choko osuru, wadhi dok maonge cash mimiyo ng'ato. Pesa ching michulo ng'ato wadwa golo. Wadwa ni wadhi ni pesa te michulo nitie namba michule e M-Pesa. Koro adwa kwa jowa te ni kwa yie to wayie gi wach machudo e M-Pesa. Mondo mi kwa chudo e M-Pesa to pesa wagite wachokgi maonge wadwok chien pesa malal e weche mag osuru. Wabro lando chenro manyien kaka wapango mondo osuru mondo choki. Jotich matiyo mane koro nie rusa matin wabro miyo gi chenro kaka ji duogo e tije. Okocho ni kama ne intie manyaki bede. Jomoko wacho ni gosiki riemji tije hapana. En mana ni samoro ka nitiyo kono tinyalo ng'isi ni koro ti kama chielo, ng'ama chielo poti kama chielo. Mago mpango te ni dhi losi mondo mi waduoge solo osuru. Adwa kwayo jo Homa Bay ni magi te watimo mana gi chuny gi paro ni kwa yudo osuru michoko ni to wanyalo kete weche mag dongruok, weche mag hospital, weche mag basari, weche mag barabara, weche mag chando chunywa mag pigi mamoko. Wadwa ni mondo pesa temo wachoko obed ni nyalo konyowa e yorewa mag dongruok. Wachiwo singowa kaka nwawacho kachiel gi deputy mara Mheshimiwa Yugi Magwa sama ne wa campaign ni weche mag mibadhi wadwa ni watiekre go waket chien mondo wachoro Homa Bay odhi mbele. Mane singo ma wan go gi jo Homa Bay. Kanye mwabro chope gi jo Homa Bay. Ago erokamano.
Magi probably addressed the task force of the comprehensive report. This comprehensive report ni
kapok wachopo tarik 5 mwaduogo e solo suru, wabro bedo gi report. Report ni obro bedo public. Obro bedo report ma jopiny be nyalo neno kaka jo task force owacho. Report ni bende obro tero ne members wa ma county assembly mondo gimbe gine kuonde ma tabu nyalo bet. Wabro bedo gi management letter, wabro bedo addressed to us ma wabro deal go internally mondo mi warie kuonde ma odolo.
any question? Thank you.
Erokamano. Thank you. The statement I think is available.